up, milkers? Happy new week. We are back from a long hiatus with a new beer for this episode. This beer is called Stout at the Devil, and this is brought to us by the hardworking folks of Straight to Ale Brewery out of Huntsville, Alabama. Boasting a 7.8% ABV, Stout at the Devil is an oatmeal stout brewed with sea salt, caramel, and coffee. It's dark and robust. This brew slightly heavy on the palate with mild carbonation and finishes with hints of caramel and strong coffee note. And I am giving this brew a 4 out of 5 on the Comcast scale. Now, without further ado, after this long pause of the Comcast, we are back for another episode. Let's get into this. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Comcast. As always, I am your amazing, glorious, gracious host, Ryan. And joining me, as always, is Cody and understudy and side guest, Bodie, the miracle dog. The boat-traveling boat dog. The stranded as a puppy, taken by a lazy bastard, and grown to an average size. An average size dog. For 6 months. He's amacious, just like his father. Amazing and gracious, all in one. Coined the term amacious. Amacious. TM, trademark for amacious. 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 Urban Dictionary. They pay with amacious. Amacious. What's going on, guys? We're coming off of a long hiatus. Life happens, and we are back, finally. Mainly Cody's life happens. I do nothing. Yeah. Mainly Cody's life happens. It's been a very long summer and fall for me with work and scheduling, and it's been an absolute nightmare, but it's been a very fun, long thing. I run festivals for the company I work for, and it was every weekend for 5 months in a row. It was a very long 5 months, but it was a blast. Wouldn't change that for the world, so it was amazing. Ryan even came on board with me for a handful of them, and it was the best time. Such a fun time. Doing what I like to do, and having Ryan tag along with me. It's been a fun time, but it's finally over. The first free weekend that I've had in 5 months, so we've been enjoying it and said, why not? Let's record an episode. We haven't done it in forever. So I don't even remember. I don't even remember either, but that's okay. We have tried, though. We have tried. But we have tried, and we have failed you, and that's okay, because we are not failing you today. We are here. Because then we were like, no. Please don't hurt me, Daddy. It's all right. We are back. So we hope you've all been great. We hope you all are still kicking in with us, and we hope you all listen to this episode and are like, finally, these fucking assholes release a new episode. These pieces of shit. I never thought people would be like, oh, you should record because we haven't heard your stupid voice and burps and ridiculous nonsense for at least 4 or 5 months now. But we appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate getting called out for our absence. It's nice that people care. It's nice that people care. I agree. We've had multiple people. Shout out to Colton. For some reason, you still want to listen to us while you're driving for your job, and we appreciate that. So yeah, because we missed a lot. We didn't do a Halloween deathmatch this year, which are usually some would say, I would say, our best fucking episodes, and I enjoy the absolute shit out of them. Maybe we can plan a Christmas death match. There are some Christmas characters that I would put up against each other. Yeah, like Santa Claus versus the Kwanzaa guy. Like, that would be great. Krampus versus Black Peter. Yeah. That'd be a good one. Yeah. Buddy the Elf versus his dad. That would be the best matchup. He's just trying to hug him all the time.
Yeah.
Just trying to get him to hug him. And
3 elves versus 3 rapping ass goblins who are
obsessed with Christmas.
A holiday special. Holiday special rapping ass goblins.
The rapping ass goblins aren't involved with Christmas.
Who cares about Shrek Christmas? We're talking about Goblin Christmas
we
here.
Goblin Christmas. We could have technically we could have Gremlins because it does happen on Christmas.
Technically we could have Bruce Willis because everybody knows that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It happens on Christmas.
It happens on Christmas, but that is Gremlins came out in June and it was a Christmas movie.
Harry Potter Christmas.
There's a lot of. We could technically do Hermione Granger versus
an owl versus a rat.
Emma Watson's Hermione Granger versus the Tom Hanks from freaking
Polar
Express.
Yeah.
He just tries to stamp her ticket and she doesn't want a ticket.
Yeah. No, but it'd have to be bum Tom Hanks.
The ghost Tom Hanks.
The ghost Tom Hanks. Some would say Poltergeist because he's very active.
We could just do every Tom Hanks character versus his son Chet Hanks.
Chet Hanks would win.
Chet Hanks would always win.
Yeah, you can't be accepted by Jamaican culture and be white, but he was. So
it's very true.
Yeah, just because he could say bump a clock.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, we hope everybody's doing good, staying healthy, saving money, which is impossible these days.
Not in this economy.
No, everybody's working their ass off. But
when you go to the grocery store and get 6 bags worth of groceries and that's your entire paycheck.
I can't go to the grocery store without paying 50 cents for a fucking egg. 1 egg is 50 cents now. It's crazy.
Is it like the average, the ratio?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Some of them bitches are like $9 fucking because they give the chickens names and shit.
Who knew an aborted chicken poop would be 50 cents?
I know.
This is wild.
It's almost as bad as my work.
Back in my day, I remember when eggs cost $3.
It's worse than at my work. Like, we have a cafeteria that's owned by a catering company. It's 99 cents for 1 piece of bacon. And $1.25 for one piece of turkey bacon.
And it's that shitty meat glass, probably. It's not even good bacon.
No, it's decent bacon.
It's not.
It ain't like Black Label.
It's not, but it's not cooked to where it turns into meat glass.
No, I mean, it's decently cooked
a little
bacon.
Chewy.
And the eggs they say they're cage-free, but them bitches are powder because they make me sick every time I eat it.
That's the thing about cage-free eggs. Cage-free literally means nothing. It means they were, it means they weren't raised in a cage, but they were raised in a space barely bigger than a cage.
Yeah, they weren't sponsored by PETA.
Yeah, you can't... cage-free, all it means is that the chickens were not raised in a cage, but they were raised in a stall, and each chicken gets like 1 foot of room, and you have to fit...
Quit chewing on the table, you piece of shit.
And you have to fit...
I don't have baseboards in the living room because you're stupid ass.
And you have to fit a certain amount of chickens in each space. And that's not a lot of wiggle room. They barely have enough room to flap their wings and cluck.
Well, they don't need to flap their wings anyway. They're not going anywhere. We just need them shit eggs and make them cheaper.
I don't think it's... Other than eggs, the only thing that's like really expensive right now that I usually buy is... it's like during COVID, you couldn't get chicken. Like, chicken was ridiculous. Chicken's actually not bad price, but like moderate things. Like shit you don't have to buy for like once a month, like toilet paper or just random shit. Allergy medicine, I might as well just suffer. Because that is...
Fuck no, I'll pay it. Take my money.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's a necessity, especially in Indiana when the weather is like up and down and up and down. I have to have it or it will completely like mess up my entire life. And just buying what I needed, I was like, well, there's an extra $25 that I have to have. But luckily you don't have to buy it for every once in a while. But I don't buy like snack food or anything like that. But that's way overpriced now, and it's ridiculous. And the biggest thing I've seen is like people that go buy fast food. You might as well just go to the grocery store and buy your own shit instead of get fast food. It's like $10. Like your average order is like $10 at McDonald's.
It used to be $6.
It used to be great. You could go to Taco Bell. If you spent $20 at Taco Bell, you have enough food to feed 3 people.
Yeah.
Now like $20 feeds like you and like 2.
Yeah, Alec can't go and get 6 burritos and spend, $15 anymore. It's $25. So,
speaking of Alec, I bet everybody misses him. Alec has fallen off the face.
You know what? We miss him because he's been neglectful, just like we've neglected you.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It's a cycle. Everything's a circle.
Alex living his life. It's not like we're not friends anymore.
He's a college student.
Yeah, he's a college student.
It's not like I didn't scratch his face out of every picture we've ever taken in history.
Yeah, that's okay.
I didn't do that.
It's not like we never call him or anything and stuff like that. We don't even talk about him anymore because he's just irrelevant now. But
yeah.
No, it's he's living the 26-year-old college student life.
Yeah. He has a girlfriend and now he's a changed person now.
He has a girlfriend and that's all he needs in his life, so he doesn't need us anymore.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. Since in what world do you not need your boys around? But apparently he doesn't need us.
Well, that's nice that she gets appreciation posts, but we don't get appreciation.
We don't get anything. No, it doesn't work like that. You know why? Because I was going to say he can't have sex with us. I guess he could if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But
then he'd be opening a whole door of other things.
A whole door of other things.
Yeah. And he's got enough problems.
Yeah. So we miss you, Alec. If you listen to this episode, fuck you. Just kidding. Love you. We'll have to see you again soon because this is the only way that we can contact you is through the ether of the internet.
I know, because I posted that neckbeard thing on Facebook. I was like, these are your people. Because I don't know if everybody knows, Alec used to have a gnarly fucking neckbeard.
This is the only way we can contact Alec.
Swamp people worthy.
The only way we can contact Alec is through the ether of the internet, and he magically hears this episode, and we hope he feels bad about himself. Just slightly, though. Not enough to be sad. Just enough to be like, oh.
Quit eating stuff.
This is what happens when you get a puppy. They eat everything.
Well, last time we recorded, he wasn't that... I think I just got him. Maybe like less than a month I had him. And now he's almost 6 months old. So...
This is what happens when Ryan never... Don't get me wrong. This dog is adorable. I love him. He's crazy. But this is what happens when Ryan doesn't listen to me. When he tells me he's thinking about getting a dog, I say, get a cat. And he asks why.
You sound like fucking Haley.
He asks why, and I say, because you don't need to do anything for a cat. And I was like, don't get a kitten. I've had a kitten. It's ridiculous. And he's like, well, what should I do? I'm like, well, if you get a dog, don't get a puppy. What does he do? Get a puppy.
First of all, it was free.
It was for free. And I was like, get a dog that's like 3 or 4. And then, or get a cat.
It's hard to find a dog that's 3 or 4 that's not fucking mean.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
There's plenty in the Humane Society that need adopted.
Well, I found one that needed adopted, so you're welcome.
Oh, he would have got picked up any day. Everybody loves puppies.
So, he's mine.
Oh,
I own you!
No, I think he owns you.
No, fuck, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He would die without me.
You can't go 12 hours and be like, I gotta get home, I gotta let the dog out, he needs fed. He owns your life now.
No, he doesn't.
Meanwhile,
I cater to him.
Meanwhile, I have Vern, and he's just... I can leave him for days at a time. And you know what? He's fine. He's just fine.
Yeah, he's also a prick.
He also... Yeah. I don't have to worry about anybody missing me at home because he doesn't miss me.
Every cat is so self-righteous, it's ridiculous.
They are...
They all think they're the second fucking coming.
Cats are 100% narcissistic. I believe that for sure.
Get out of there.
It's I thought of a funny scenario the other day that owning a cat is like living with a toxic ex still.
Yeah.
They only want what they can get.
They only want your money.
Yeah, they only want your money. They only show you love when it's convenient for them. And next thing you know, you're in love with them. And then before you know it, you're coming home, cleaning up their shit, they ignore you and they attack you for no reason, and then the next minute they're loving on you, and then you forget all about it and you fall in love with them again, and then the next day right back at their shit. So having a cat is like having a toxic ex. And if you live with your toxic ex still and you have a cat, I hope that your copay for therapy.
Now's the time to pray.
I hope that your copay for therapy is not that much. So
therapy should be free.
Therapy should be free. I agree with that. I mean, you want
to go see a therapist?
Well, I have a good insurance, and luckily my therapy is covered by insurance. But some people are not that lucky. But everybody has to get paid though, so it is what it is. And I agree that therapy is 100% necessary, especially if you need somebody just to talk to. I have this thought. Okay, tell me about it. And they're like, oh, I agree, or they'll give you like a different insight to be like, maybe you should think about this. The biggest thing is. I was mad. I was pissed off about something. He goes, maybe see it this way. And I was like, I don't want to see it that way.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
I was like, I don't want to see it that way. It's more convenient for me to just be mad about it. But that's why we go to therapy. They help us see different angles of life that we don't want to see. But that's the real world. I'm still mad about it, but I'm going to see it the other way, I guess. I'll just be a little bit nicer about it. Oh, goodness. I almost forgot how to record. We haven't done this in so long. This might be our largest hiatus in a while.
Yeah, I don't fucking remember. I don't remember. It's been a minute, though. And we've tried to do it, but I don't even remember why. Why we've tried, but why we couldn't do it. A, because we didn't either have time, or B, because we didn't want to, or C, because we went on vacation and stayed weekends in places after festivals and stuff, but after a festival, you're so goddamn tired, you don't want to fucking do anything.
Yeah.
And then when we're on vacation, we rather, go have fun than... Not like this isn't fun, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Taking multiple trips, seeing multiple places. So it's been a fun summer and fall. Recent trip was to Huntsville, Alabama to see a friend. That's where Straight to Ale, that's where we were introduced to Straight to Ale, and great selection of beers. If you're ever in Huntsville, Alabama, I think the best beer out of all the breweries that we had in Huntsville was at Straight to Ale, to the point that we visited there twice. A lot of cool places in Huntsville. Huntsville's a cool place. Our Airbnb, this is like, we've stayed in like Florida and stuff like that, but I think Alabama is just southern enough, not in Florida, to the point where the southern hospitality from our Airbnb host was amazing. The man went out and got us donuts for breakfast one day.
He sure did. And we didn't eat a full one, but we had a bite of all of them.
We had a bite of all of them, but we did not eat a full one.
And it made us feel bad.
But yeah, just he's like, he literally sent me a message and said, donuts on the doorstep. I was like, this is the best. And
he was a lifetime member of the fucking NASA astronaut space thing.
Yeah.
Where men go to space, and women.
Yeah, because Huntsville is a large manufacturer. There's a large manufacturer of rockets there. So he got us a free entry.
Not the ones that kill people, but the ones that go to the moon.
The ones that go to the moon. So he got us a free entry to the Space and Rocket Center, which was not necessarily our forte, but it was really interesting to just kind of walk through and see it all and see the history of it. And that was actually, that was really interesting. A nice, fun way to spend a couple hours on.
There were a lot of kids there, but we didn't care.
Yeah, it was a nice way to spend a couple hours on our trip, especially when he was gracious enough to give us a free entry to it. So I definitely would recommend, especially if space is your thing. It was really cool to see it all. And the history of everything. But a lot of cool breweries in Huntsville, a lot of cool places to check out, good restaurants. Huntsville's a cool little town. And from us, it was only about 6.5 hours or so. So it was a nice little quick weekend trip. Really cool. And we got to see our first cotton field. That was kind of cool.
I've seen it before. You were excited.
You've seen a cotton field before?
Yes.
Where?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? No. No, I was excited to see it. I was excited to see.
You wanted me to fucking pull over so you could grab some unprocessed raw cotton.
What's wrong with that?
It's stealing.
It's not stealing. It's a souvenir.
It's not a souvenir. It was raining both times when you wanted me to pull over.
I could dry it.
Let me go get some cotton.
Put it in a tissue. Let it dry.
Put it in a tissue.
It's a cool...
Semen goes in a tissue, not cotton.
It's a cool souvenir. I put that right up there with a brewery sticker. It's a cool souvenir.
Cotton.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
It's a first. You never know.
What are you going to do with it? Do you have, put it on your wall? See my raw, unprocessed cotton?
Yeah.
Got that in Alabama.
It's a souvenir.
You guys want to see my raw, unprocessed cotton?
I think that's cooler than grabbing sand from every beach you ever went to.
Both of are lame. Both are really lame.
I would just take a thumbtack and stick it to my wall with the rest of my souvenirs.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff to see, and the Southern hospitality was really great. Unfortunately, we were there during the first hurricane, not the one that impacted Florida and North Carolina and Tennessee, but the one right before that, like a week before, or 2 weeks before, and we were there. It hit the coast of Alabama, and Huntsville is right across the Tennessee line, so we were far enough away. So it was just shitty weather, no sun for 4 days, and just it was just like a light drizzle of rain, nothing serious. But we still had a blast, and we have a friend that lives down there. We had a great time, nothing but laughs, which is always good. It's always good to just. I'm really thankful that I have made friends that have moved to different parts of the country, because not always it is an excuse for me to travel to these places I've never been to before, but it's great just to see them, even if for a few days. It really makes a huge impact, and especially since we got there, as soon as we sat down, just nonstop laughs. So that was really, really fun. It was a good 4-day break. And then shortly after that, I went back out to Boise, Idaho. I missed that place. Have another friend that lives out there. That was great to go back. I absolutely love Boise, Idaho. So if you've never been, I highly recommend. And people, when they're traveling to the Pacific Northwest, don't think of Boise, Idaho. Highly recommend that being a stop. I've talked about it in the past, a year ago, but, decent sized city, so much stuff to do there. So much stuff to see, beautiful landscape. Highly recommend Boise, Idaho. It was a blast. And the weather was great. The weather was perfect out there. So, highly recommend. And I was out there for my birthday, celebrating it with people I know out there. It was a really, really fun time. So, a lot of traveling this summer and into the fall.
Cody went to Idaho for his birthday, and I went to the zoo.
That's where you wanted to go.
That is where I wanted to fucking go, and I enjoyed myself.
You wanted to go to the zoo.
And paid $4 for a fucking bottle of Dasani.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend, since she's from there, and since she moved back, she met a guy, and he's a local. He's been there for, 15, 17 years, something like that. And so for my birthday, they were like, let's go out downtown and I'll show you a bunch of cool local places. And I'm like, okay, I'm down for anything. Like, when I go on trips, especially if I've been there before, it's just like, there's no plan. I'd like to go to these couple places. And other than that, I just want to hang out. Enjoy my time with you guys. Like, that's it. And so they took me out. It was a Saturday night, and coincidentally, Boise State, that's in the college that's in Boise, they had a game that weekend. Absolutely apeshit. When you think of college games, I didn't think it'd be that bad. It was insane. Insane how many people were downtown. So we're going around to all these places, and they're like, let's go to this cool local spot. I'm like, okay. And it's called Humpin' Hannah's, which is coincidentally a very historic building. And it's like, if you go to Boise, Humpin' Hannah's is like the quintessential local spot you have to go to. So we go there.
It's like TGI Fridays.
Yeah. So I'm just, So I'm just.
Everybody has to go to Chili's.
So I'm just letting them be my tour guide that night, and we're all a little drunk, and I'm just hanging around for the good time, and just letting them be my tour guide. So we walk into Humpin' Hannah's, immediately, insane amount of people, and I look at my friend, and I was like, you know me, and she goes, why, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm not having fun anymore. I don't like a lot of people, a giant college crowd, and students everywhere. And they're like, no, this place it's not really a college student place. They're like, it's more of a local place. I'm like, so there is
nothing but kids here.
So there is 21-year-olds all the way to 60-year-olds.
Huh.
Which, semi-creepy in my book.
So it's like a Waffle House.
It also coincidentally was Parents' Weekend as well. So it was a trifecta of shit.
I hate that crap.
So we walk into Humpin' Hannah's and like, I'm not having fun anymore. And she was like, that's okay, let's grab a drink and we'll find a table. It's less crowded upstairs. So we grab a drink and I'm looking around and all I see is brawls hanging from the ceiling. Hundreds of them. Hundreds of brawls hanging from the ceiling. And apparently the tradition at Humpin' Hannah's is they throw dildos at you. Yeah, didn't know that. And they're like, oh, did you see a dildo? I was like, what?
Used?
I don't think so. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, oh, they throw dildos at you. I was like, I want to leave even faster now.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this drink and then we're going to leave. They're like, no, let's go upstairs. It's less crowded. We walk upstairs. It is not less crowded. We walk past the table. These people get up. They're like, oh, here's a table for us. And they're like, isn't this fun? I was like, fuck no, let's leave. Finish the drinks and let's go.
I was like, oh, how's your cheesesteak? Oh, it's good. All right. Shit-covered dildo.
Yeah. So they walk next door to this other bar.
And it was called
Cactus.
Bend Me Over Johnny.
It was called Cactus.
Humpin' Hannah's and Bend Me Over Johnny.
It was called Cactus. Way more chill. We sat at a table in the back. In the outside section, it was nice. It wasn't crowded. I was like, okay, I'm...
Funny thing about that place is they threw cactuses at you.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm actually...
And everybody in there was a prick.
They're like, is this better? And I was like, absolutely so much better.
So much better.
I can talk to people now.
Yeah. I can get pelted with silicone cocks.
Yeah. And then we finish off the night. Finish off the night at this like Irish bar, which is like a service industry bar, which is cool because you get to meet a bunch of like other service industry people that work in bars and restaurants, so that was pretty cool. Played some darts and stuff like that. Until we meet the drunk people. And drunk service industry people are a whole nother caliber of their own. Service industry people are great. I love them. It's who I am. But when you get together with a diverse group of service industry people, especially when you're not from Boise and you're from Indiana, very diverse group of people, and service industry people drink hard. And sitting there minding my own business, here come the drunk people. And since it was my birthday, my friend made me wear a glitter-covered sash all day long. And
well, that just screams fuck me.
As soon as we get here, yeah, it literally screams fuck my life. And as soon
No,
as...
it doesn't. It screams fuck me.
No, it doesn't. And as soon as we get there, I immediately was like, I'm taking the sash off, and she's begging me not to take it off. I promised to wear it all day, whatever. And so I'm wearing it. We're hanging out with some people that she knew. So there's like 6 of us in this group, just hanging out. And immediately, here comes Denim Dan stumbling out of the bathroom, and he looks at me. He goes, "You guys look sick. I was like, I don't feel under the weather.
You guys look sick.
Oh, I don't feel under the weather.
They just hit me in the face with a dildo next door. So
I was like, I don't feel under the weather. He goes, you guys look sick. Can I sit here? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man. And he goes,
why would you want to sit next to sick people?
Yeah. And I was
looks like you got Ebola. Let me sit here.
He gets ready to sit next to me, and I was like, oh, somebody's sitting there, but you can sit at that chair, and it's like way on the other side of the table. And then he's like, oh, is it your birthday? And I was like, fuck my life. How old are you, man? I had to tell him.
69.
I had to tell him it was how old I was 4 times. And then he told me repeatedly every single time that 32 is a beautiful number. And I was like, okay, we're done with this conversation. And then eventually he decided to walk away and enjoy the rest of his night. Nice guy, but a little bit intrusive. Which you get while talking to drunk people. Nothing wrong with positivity. He wasn't doing anything weird. But yeah, it was a fun night, and I promised my friend that I would wear the sash all day, and as soon as I got in the Uber to go home, I took that fucking thing off. And so now her birthday is coming up in February, so guess who's getting a package in the mail for their birthday to wear? A sash and a crown. Mm-hmm. So she is fucked now, and she has to wear it all day.
And a wand.
I should order a wand, too.
Yeah.
I should order a wand. It comes with a tiara and a sash. I should order some kind of flamboyant something for her to carry around all day.
Yup.
So that was fun. Went to a Oktoberfest. It was called Dogtoberfest, and so an Oktoberfest and dedicated to the dogs. It was really fun. Went there earlier in the afternoon, which was a good time. And the funny part was my friend and her boyfriend both have full Oktoberfest attire because Oktoberfest in Boise goes really hard. They have a couple German Oktoberfest themed bars and restaurants.
Just trying to fuck them pillows.
So Oktoberfest was kind of happening around the same time in Boise. And so my friend and her boyfriend are dressing in full Oktoberfest attire, like lederhosen, German dress. We go to this Dogtoberfest. They're all dressed up. When we get there, they are the only ones wearing Oktoberfest stuff. They are the only humans dressed up. And they have two dogs. They dress the dogs up. Everybody looks adorable. There was only one other dog wearing a costume for Dogtoberfest. And they're like, are we literally, as soon as we get a beer, we're there for 10 minutes, we look around, and she says, are we the only fucking people dressed up? We look stupid. I was like, no, you guys look great. Just convincing them that they look great. And I'm like, we look ridiculous right now. But that was a fun time. Got to meet a lot of dogs. They had a splash pad for the dogs to play in and everything. It was really fun. And then as soon as we get back into town to their house, we're taking this shit off. I was like, no, you have to wear it all. You have to keep it on. You have to wear it all day. And they're like, we're not wearing this all day. I was like, okay, fine. But I was like, I guess I'll wear my sash. So Boise was a great time. Great place. So yeah, sad to leave, but also happy to get back. So yeah, almost actually didn't come back. On the flight back, leaving Boise, this happened twice on my way back. It's never happened before. I flew Southwest. Southwest overbooked. There was one dude, and he was looking at it, full ass plane, and I hate it because it's like every flight, it's like, this flight's full, make sure you sit next to people, and I'm like, fuck, okay. So full flight, I find a seat, and luckily, this kid's walking around, and he's walked the entire length of the plane. Stewardesses are looking for a seat. They overbook. And I felt really bad for him. He's probably in his early 20s, younger kid, flying by himself. I almost just let him take my seat and just be like, hey, here's my bag so he can get home. I'm not in a fucking hurry. I've got all day. It's an early morning flight. Mm-hmm. So I almost stood up and let him just take my seat and be like, hey, my bags are below. Here's what they look like. But they wound up just like taking it to the front before I could say anything. And then we land in Denver, another full ass flight. It happens again. A person that they overbooked and they don't have a fucking seat. And the funny thing was, there was a dad and his son, and he would not move. He was sitting on the end and the son was sitting by the window. There's a seat in between them. You have to, it's a full flight. You have to have all seats covered to make sure everybody can leave. He just stood there with his arms crossed, or sat there in his seat with his arms crossed, would not move. And he just kept making excuses like, no, we have a full flight. Like, this is an open seat. You have to give it to this person. Would not move for a hot minute. And then finally lets the person in. And this dickhead, because he wants the end seat, stands up, makes this kid get in the middle of him and his son, and sits back down. And I'm a bigger guy, and on the way out there, it was another full flight.
Yeah, you are.
It was another full flight on the way out there, and there's this tall cowboy guy and this older guy by the window, and I was like, hey, do you guys mind if I sit here? And he's like, sure. Then he gets up and makes me sit in the fucking middle. And I was like, this is the most demeaning shit ever. And I was like, you're not a real cowboy. You got an Apple Watch. Get out of here with that shit.
Just because you're a cowboy doesn't mean you can't have technology.
Cowboys don't own Apple Watches. Real cowboys don't own Apple Watches.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Every person in Yellowstone has an Apple Watch.
Not in the show.
Yeah, they do.
No, it's hidden under their sleeve.
Yeah. So you can't see it.
Okay, Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner owns an Apple Watch.
Kevin Costner owns a fucking island, probably.
Probably.
He can own an Apple Watch if he wants to.
Costner Island.
Just because he's Jeff Bezos' best friend.
He's got that bodyguard money. And
he does have the bodyguard.
He's got that Waterworld money.
I think Bodyguard was more grossing than Waterworld. Something screams with Whitney Houston.
That's actually true because I think Waterworld was a flop in theaters. I think Waterworld was an actual flop in
where
theaters.
He's guarding Whitney Houston as a bodyguard in a great movie, or he's a fish man in apocalyptic flood times. And they try to find land on the back of a child. Her tattoo.
Yeah, I do think Waterworld in theaters was a flop. Yes, Waterworld was a box office disappointment. The film grossed $88 million in North America and $176 million overseas. Worldwide total $264.
Still more money than I got.
So the worldwide total was $264 million at gross. It cost $235 million just to make it.
Well, yeah, you had to flood a place.
Yeah, so they only...
That's a lot of water.
You had to flood a whole land.
You had to flood a whole land.
So they only grossed like $31 million, which is like not even enough to pay like the actors. And so Bill Washington, the head of Universal at the time, estimates the bad publicity wiped at least $50 million from Waterworld's theatrical take.
Mm-hmm.
Waterworld was the most expensive movie ever produced at the time. So that makes sense. Yeah, you had to flood a whole land. I wonder where they filmed it.
What are you eating?
On the ocean somewhere.
No. Really?
I mean, the whole, like, studio setup is like a giant pool. Gotta flood it.
Well, first of all, you had to make his boat.
Because water costs a lot of money.
Yeah, you had to make his boat, and then you had the paper in the jar that was the pride of the whole colony. It cost like $10 million.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
And The Bodyguard was a hit. So The Bodyguard alone...
Okay, well, it's got Whitney Houston in it.
The Bodyguard alone grossed $411 million.
The Queen! Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Whitney Houston probably made half that profit.
Nah.
Whitney Houston was... In 1992 is when it came out. Whitney Houston in 1992 was one of the biggest artists ever.
You need to get Shaka Khan in a movie. I think she's not dead. She's really old, though. Shaka!
Ow.
He's being a butthead.
This is what you get for bringing the dog in the studio.
What the fuck do you mean to do? Leave him out there to fucking chew on shit?
Yeah.
He's chewing on shit in here, and then I can watch him.
So if he chews on shit everywhere, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to have stuff. With fucking little baby teeth.
This is what happens when you don't listen to me and you get a puppy.
Like I said, that's the same thing Haley said. We were here looking for a cat, not a dog. Why'd you get a dog? I'm going to put him up for adoption.
Because it's my life, ho.
Why? Yeah, I wanted a dog.
Ryan was looking for dogs, and I sent him, there was a pair of beagles, and they were like 4, and they were adorable.
That'd been great.
They were adorable. We just recently took some donations at work to the Humane Society in town, and it was me and another coworker, and I was like, this is going to be the best stop. And she was like, why? I was like, it's the Humane Society. They're going to have dogs. And so we go there, and the staff is walking a bunch, and we met. It was they didn't know her name, but it was a female pit bull husky mix with the bright blue husky eyes, and she was pure white as snow. Absolutely adorable. And then there was some kind of like coon dog. He was super cool. And then another dog, big dog, but he was still young and he wasn't used to a lot of people. And he just kind of like backed off. And she goes, maybe a treat will help. And I give him a treat. He takes a treat and immediately just like backs off again. I was like, well, that was for nothing. I didn't get to pet you.
Well, I went to that one shelter. They were all kind of fucking mean. But, I mean, if you had hundreds of people every single week looking at you through a cage.
There's not hundreds of people coming to Humane Society every week.
Yeah, there is. There was 100 people there when we went.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think it was...
And you didn't even pick one. You got a garbage dog from a barn.
He's not a garbage dog.
Picked up from a Dollar General. Dollar General dog.
Well, yeah. That's where everything is at.
Yeah.
He was just in a poor community, and I picked him up. He had fleas, and I took care of him, and got him shots, and got him parvo shots, and then he getting his nuts clipped later on this month. I'm doing everything for him.
Yeah, when Ryan first got him, I was like, hey, don't take him anywhere. Don't let him, walk on the ground or any public spaces. He goes, why? I was like, parvo. He's like, is that bad? I was like, he'll die.
The bitch lived for 8 weeks without anything.
I was like,
outside.
Didn't the vet say that too about parvo? What did they tell you before you got his shots?
They told me not to let him outside to go to the bathroom, but I did.
Where are you supposed to go to the bathroom at, buddy?
I told him, I said he survived for 8 weeks outside with all of his brothers and sisters, and none of them died. So
maybe that's why might be missing a brain cell. He got a little bit of parvo.
He's smart. A
little bit of parvo residue.
He's a genius. Look at him. Look at that face.
Oh yeah, he looks like a real genius. All right.
He is. He's just sleepy. See, look, he's not. He's almost 6 weeks and 40 pounds.
6 months. Not 6
Sorry,
weeks.
6 months.
I was like 6 weeks.
6 weeks and 40 pounds. That was me.
You were cute when you were still 6 weeks.
He's still cute. Yeah, because I got him at 8 weeks, and then I've had him for almost 4 months now.
He punches you in the face harder than Mike Tyson punched Jake Paul the other night. That was the biggest waste.
Mike Tyson didn't hit Jake Paul.
That was the biggest waste of fucking time. I was hanging out at a local tap.
I'm not getting pulled into anything else again.
Oh no, I was hanging out at a local tap room that night, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay to watch the fight, and then I'll go home. And I was watching it, and everybody's like, oh, who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? And I'm watching it. It's 2 8-minute rounds, 16 minutes total. I didn't even finish a beer in time. Like, I was drinking. I was like, this is gonna be my last beer. Get one more beer. By the time this is over, I'll finish it. And then I'll go home. I didn't even finish it. And before it was over. And I'm watching it happen. And I was like, this is the biggest waste of fucking time on the face of the planet. Like, this wasn't even a fight. It was a hugging contest. Mm-hmm. On who could hug the other one tighter. It was such a publicity stunt. But when you think about it, I was thinking about it. And I was looking at the highlights and the articles the next morning. And Jake Paul walked away with $40 million, and Tyson walked away with 20. And it's the whole scenario of like Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather years ago. Conor McGregor got like $30 million or something, like some atrocious number, and Floyd Mayweather walked away with even more. And that's why Conor McGregor doesn't have to fight anymore. He's fucking rich. He doesn't have to fight anymore. He made more money in one fight, and he didn't even have to pretend to box. He didn't even have to pretend like he could just pretend to box. He didn't have to win. He didn't have to lose. He just had to be there.
Well, that was the thing about Mike Tyson's contract is like he couldn't uppercut him, and he couldn't throw uppercuts because he would have knocked him out if he threw an uppercut. So Mike Tyson couldn't uppercut him, and he had to make it last the whole time. So he couldn't KO him. He could barely hit him because he'd knock him the fuck out. And he had to last the whole entire match or he wouldn't have got anything.
That's the thing, though. You can't uppercut. This is a boxing match.
It wasn't a boxing match.
I know.
It was a money pit.
You're basically saying that this isn't a real match. It's a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you're never going to get me on anything ever again. Like you said, like never again.
Oh, no. Anytime somebody's calling somebody else out, I ain't listening to that shit.
No, thank you.
I don't give a fuck.
No. And do I think Jake Paul is like a decent boxer? Yeah, 100%. But it's Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson, and this is what I was telling people at the bar that night, I said, if Mike Tyson wanted to knock you out, Mike Tyson would knock you out. Mm-hmm. And people are like, he's 58 and Jake Paul's 27. I was like, this is Mike Tyson we're talking about. If Mike Tyson wanted to fight, he would fight.
Yeah.
But $20 million that Mike got, that's a lot of money. Mike Tyson,
but it just showed that Mike Tyson put up with however many rounds of boxing there are. I don't even know.
Yeah.
10, 7, 8. So Mike Tyson was in there for 8 rounds and didn't get hurt, like, at all.
Nobody got hurt. That's the thing.
That was the thing. Jake was hitting Mike Tyson the whole time, and Mike Tyson was holding back. And Mike Tyson is almost 60.
Yeah.
And didn't get knocked out, didn't get hurt, didn't any of this shit.
And that's the thing I was talking to people about that night is like, this is Mike Tyson. If you took any person and put them up against Mike Tyson and this was an actual fight, like an actual boxing match, Mike Tyson would fight you and probably knock you out.
Mike Tyson would knock you out in the first round.
That's like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you gave Michael Jordan a basketball, he's going to know exactly what to do with it and how to win a basketball game.
And if you give Mike Tyson a pigeon, he's going to send you a message back.
Exactly. So it's like,
he is Pigeon Man.
It doesn't matter how old you are. It never leaves you. Like that, those skills never leave you. You were the best in the world because of who you are. Yeah. Like Muhammad Ali, before he passed away, he still knew how to box. Mm-hmm. Like he would do stances and pretend to shadow box. This is Muhammad Ali, and he had Parkinson's disease, and he still knows how to box. It never leaves you as a person. So it's like, everybody's just talking about his age. I was like, Mike Tyson could be 80. Yeah, and he could probably knock out an average person on a subway. Like, it never leaves your body. The skills never leave you. Like, this is just publicity, and I'll never. I'm glad it was on Netflix if you had a Netflix account, but I will never. If Netflix streams,
a lot of people couldn't even get onto it because there's so many people.
Oh, it was terrible. At the bar, we had to reload it like 5 times. Yeah, but it's like. It's like, if Netflix streams anything ever again like that, like a publicity shit, I'm not gonna fucking waste my time. It was just, I'll never get that 20 minutes back.
You know, I mean, it's the same thing with Alec's YouTube videos. I'll never get those 10 minutes back.
Yeah. Go. What is it called?
If you just type in Alec Bennett on YouTube, the comments are disabled, but go subscribe to Alec Bennett's YouTube channels and please watch his videos. He does it for school. He has to do online, whatever it is, online speeches or whatever for his class. I'm the only subscriber right now, but let's get him some more subscribers and watch his videos. He made a paper airplane. He talked about like what he values and one other thing.
Is one of those things you values friendship, Alec?
No, he valued something else. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, go subscribe to Alec's YouTube channel. I think there's 3 videos or 4 videos on there now. I wouldn't recommend watching them, but you can go subscribe to them. Yeah. And then he's supposed to give a speech in public, which I hope I'm there for because he will get he will get heckled.
Yeah, guys, so
he will fail the class.
Go check out Alec Bennett's YouTube channel.
I think he told, what did he say? He did that one about how to build a paper airplane, and I think he got an A or a B or something like that. And I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Yeah, so if you're on YouTube and you're looking at Alec's YouTube channel, it's just called Alec Bennett, 2 N's and 2 T's. And he doesn't have an image on there. It's just the image of a purple A. And he has 3 videos on there right now. Yeah. So go get him some more subscribers. And I just subscribed, so now he has 2 subscribers. So go get him some more subscribers. Go show Alex some love for his speech videos because there is more to come. Mm-hmm. And have you watched the informative speech service dogs?
Yes.
Yeah. This one is, so the intro, any old bag will do. 2 months ago, it has 6 views. It's 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
I think I've watched it twice.
Let's just listen to this.
And this is my life in a bag. So I got
that one bag. Sucks. Get off that one.
That one sucks.
It's a lot of noise. Go to the paper airplane one.
This is my life in a bag, and it's a Disneyland bag.
Yes.
The paper airplane? Okay.
Go to the paper airplane one, please.
Afternoon, good evening. Wherever you may be viewing this, thank you for taking the time and actually watching. I appreciate it so much. Today I'm just going to show you how to easily and effectively make one of these.
Make one of these!
paper
I told you! It's terrible!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you how to easily and effectively make one of
He
these.
shows you how to build a paper airplane.
I'm gonna show you how to easily and effectively make one of these.
It's like he shows you how to build a paper airplane, but he's like trying to fucking sell you on it. Keep going because he starts going about like you ever just like look up and they're like, oh, plane. Sweaty. God.
You got a few folds here and there. And
Are you picking this up on the mic?
Yeah.
easy. So you do the throw. Airplane. It's very easy, simple. Okay, everybody in the world is
There he goes.
You know, how many times a day do you look at the sky or you hear a plane or whatever and you just look up and see that planes? I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you're guilty of it.
It's like you turn around and look at your shit.
You ever just look up at the sky and see a plane? I'm guilty of it as next as the next man.
This is like
You ever just see a plane in the
ever-
sky and think, somebody built that and threw that. You know, it's flying through the air
You
right
ever
now.
just take a giant shit and after you take a shit, you stand up and turn around and look at it? I'm guilty.
You ever just see a plane in the air and think, somebody built that? It's a simple, easy, and effective way to,
Oh my god, it's so
to
bad.
watch a plane.
It's so bad.
And you're like, wow, that's so cool. But you know,
Wow, that's so cool.
not everyone have ever had the luxury to be on one. I mean, financial reasons, I understand. But have you ever had a chance you could get on one? But
If you ever had a chance to get on a plane, get on one. Not speaking from experience, but
I've never financially been able to get on the plane. But just so you know, I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10 wouldn't do it again.
oh my god.
show his little smaller brother paper airplane. And it's pretty easy. You just get one of these normal printer paper. I just pulled it right out of the printer just now. For just a second. All you gotta do is you take this paper, you fold it hot dog, not hamburger, hot dog style. Right perfectly down the middle. Sometimes it's not, it just doesn't have to be perfect. No, nothing.
I also love in this video how he's wearing a button-up. This man has never worn a button-up buttoned all the way up.
I know,
It
he
is-
looks so
It is
professional.
all the way to his fucking neck.
Yeah, he looks so professional.
It shows deep, but this, you know, it's not really perfect. So, you have something kind of like that. If you can see the little crease, you'll meet one for making the nose of the plane. And then you take one corner, hold it like that, just like that. And then you take the other.
Fast forward a little bit. Fast forward to the end.
And just take the other. So take the other side, look, make the wing. We'll make the wing. Hold it down, kind of like that. And take the other side and match it. And fold. Then later on, and then in the 1960s, 50s and 60s, when second generation fighter pilots came, they make these little paper airplanes that sit in their cockpits. Look like darts, and that's where the term actual paper plane came from, was during that time.
History.
T.I.'s best album.
I mean, that's more commonly known now as paper plane, paper airplane. But this is a quick, simple, easy, fun thing to do. You can just
Super fun.
take one of these and play with it all day. I mean, if I hadn't said already, they have competitions on who can throw it the farthest, who can make the biggest paper airplane, who can make the biggest paper airplane and still fly. They have so many different ways that you can use a paper airplane. And I hope learned something. I hope it taught you something about making a paper airplane or the history. I also would like to thank you for your patience and your time. And I would like to say this again. Happy flying.
He just fucking throws it. He said, "Happy flying." And he just fucking throws it and it hits a wall.
This was I appreciate this time. This was not a waste of time at all. I would watch this 100 times before I watch the Jake Paul.
As soon as he told me about it, I was like, I'm watching this shit. And I just typed into YouTube. I was like, Alec Bennett paper airplane, and it was the first thing that popped up. And I was like, I feel uncomfortable watching this.
Just so you know, guys, happy flying.
Happy flying.
So go check out.
Here, just look up at the sky, and it was like, I'm guilty of it.
Is somebody else out there looking at this plane too? Yeah, go check out Alec Bennett's YouTube page for
please,
more.
Everybody go subscribe to it.
Please, if you're listening to this,
his phone
if you're listening to this, just go to Alec Bennett, AlecBennett, and it's a purple logo with just an A on it for his channel. There's 3 videos on there, 3 of his speeches. Just go subscribe to him. Let's get Alec a fuck ton of subscribers, and he panics. He doesn't know what to do, and he realizes that all these people are watching him build paper airplanes and all of his other speeches.
Yeah.
Let's grow the content of Alec Bennett and keep it going.
That's the thing. I was like, he's such an awkward person, and then I started watching the videos, and I was like, good fucking God! Like they are so awkward. I mean, when he started getting to the history part, like it flows free out of his mouth, and he's like comfortable talking about it. And because
like, Alec loves history,
it's interesting. And then he's just like, just look at like making up a situation in his head. He's just like sky, plane.
Yeah, let's grow Alec's YouTube channel, get all these subscribers. He will panic because he will look at that and see all these subscribers and all these views on his videos and share them with your friends. Let's blow up Alec's YouTube for all these speeches, and even just because he's got the comments turned off, let's see if he'll put the comments on, and just everybody, if he turns the comments on, just everybody go there and just give him positive attitude, positive energy, and just ask for more videos. So let's see if we can get more Alec.
I think he has them turned off, but because he said, I was like, how long do you have to leave these disgraceful videos up for? And it was like, till the end of the semester, and I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, these are gonna scar you. I don't know why he has to put them on YouTube so people can watch them. I don't know why he just wouldn't like record himself and like upload it to like, I don't know, like send a fucking Teams message or something. I don't know. Like it's, man.
Yeah, if we ever get him to turn the comments on, let's just give him positive energy, no shit talking haters. I'd like to see you tell a speech about how to build a paper airplane.
Nobody hates Alec, not even us.
Yeah, so go. If we ever convince him to turn them on, give him positive energy. Let's see more Alec YouTube speech videos and see what he can come up with next. So go check that out, guys.
Well, I think his next one he has to give in front of people, and I don't know. I'm waiting for that one.
I want to get invited to that.
He probably already did it, but
let's just do a FaceTime meeting with him and just sitting there listening to him.
We could.
That would be great.
Yeah.
It'd be even better if we could hop on the mic and record it and record our reactions. Mm-hmm. Just be like, I have a question. I have a question.
Hello, sir.
First time plane flyer.
Yeah.
What would you recommend is the best way to board the plane?
Hi, Ryan here. Big time fan. I love your airplane videos. So I'm a super
long time listener, first time caller.
Can you autograph my cock?
I have this paper airplane. Can you sign it for me?
Yeah, please. I also look up.
I have also seen a plane in the sky and wondered, is anybody else guilty of this too?
It's a shame though because I see more birds than I see planes. What are you doing, Bob?
Oh, gosh.
Causing trouble, causing mischief.
Well, I've got a couple articles for you guys, and then we'll close this piece out. So the first up I have for you is on upi.comba. So this article is a bear breaks into a Gatlinburg candy shop.
I seen that. Didn't it attack somebody?
No, I don't think it attacked anybody. It's just it wandered. It's a big ass bear. It's a pretty decent sized black bear, and
Bears love candy.
it wanders into this Gatlinburg, Tennessee candy shop and just trying to eat candy, and they're trying to coax it out with more candy, but there's an entire fucking rack of candy right in front of it. Why would he settle for a piece just to lead him out of the store?
He's greedy. He's been eating trash for a week.
So a sweet-toothed bear was caught on camera wandering into a Tennessee candy store in search of free samples. Photos and videos of the scene went viral on social media after the bear was seen wandering into the sweet candy store in Gatlinburg to pursue some sugary offerings. A video posted on TikTok, and this is where I seen the video originally, was on TikTok, shows the bear enjoying some snacks without paying while onlookers take photos and employees attempt to coax it out of the shop. Here's the thing that people don't get. This is a bear.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bear. If it decided that you have some freaking gummy sharks in your hand and it wants gummy sharks, it will eat you and then eat your gummy sharks. Like, this is still a bear. So employees said the bear seemed to show preference for Charleston Chews and Hershey Kisses.
Honey.
Yeah, that's true. The Gatlinburg Police Department was summoned to the scene to help get the wild animal out of the store. No injuries were reported.
I think it was Charleston Chews and like stuff like that because they're on the bottom shelf because nobody fucking eats them.
Next time we go to the zoo and there's bear there, I'm bringing Charleston Chews and Hershey Kisses to see which one they prefer.
I mean, there are bears there. It's the zoo.
I mean, yeah, but I'm bringing a bag of Charleston Chews and see which one. I'm going to hold out a Hershey Kiss and a Charleston Chew and see which one, if he takes the red pill or the blue pill. The Charleston Chew will get you out of the Matrix. So eat Charleston Chews because that is a forgotten candy.
Don't eat them because they're hard as rock.
They are hard as rock.
Anything you have to suck on for an hour is not worth eating. Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. First-hand experience, I'm guilty of it.
What?
So the next article I have for you is a Greek resident guilty of entering homes to smell shoes. AKA, this is the ambassador of Feet Finder. But not really. So the 28-year-old man told the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Greek town court that he was unable to explain his behavior, which he said had caused him great embarrassment. I mean, if you're breaking into houses to smell people's shoes, why be embarrassed of it? Just let it be, dude.
Go to the shoe store.
So a judge in northern Greece on Thursday imposed...
he should work at a bowling alley.
He really should. He could smell the shoes before he sprays them down.
Exactly.
So a judge in northern Greece on Thursday imposed a suspended 1-month prison sentence on a man convicted of disturbing his neighbors by repeatedly sneaking into their properties to smell their shoes.
I felt like he was doing anything weird.
Okay. Smelling shoes ain't weird. I'm guilty of it.
It's not like he stole anything. He put them back.
You ever look up and be like, that looks like a shoe that I want to smell?
Mm-hmm.
The 28-year-old Greek man told the court that he was unable to explain his behavior, which he said had caused him great embarrassment. He stressed that he had no intention of breaking the law or harming anybody, and neighbors testified that he never displayed any sign of aggression during his nocturnal visits. The man was arrested before dawn on October 8th in a small town about 15 kilometers west of a large city. Police had been called after a neighbor found the defendant in his front yard sniffing his family's shoes, which had been left outdoors to air out. The court heard that there had been at least 3 similar incidents in the past 6 months, despite neighbors having asked the defendant's family to get him to stop. The man was ordered to...
They know the family!
The man was ordered to attend therapy. Sitting in as a therapist, like, what brings you here today? I sniff shoes that aren't my own.
Yeah.
It's like... They know he's doing it. Like, stop that. Get out of here. Go on, get out of here. And he comes back, and it's like, oh, we're leaving for the night. Everybody go outside and get your shoes on. And old boy's in the front yard and sitting crisscross applesauce, smelling the family shoes, comparing them in like a grading system. It's like, this one's my
1 to
favorite.
10.
This one's my favorite. This is S tier right here.
I don't know. If I caught him, I'd be like, that's cool, but like, just put him back.
Yeah.
Put him back when you're
like, don't steal them, just put them back, or we're going to have a problem. Like, I don't give a shit what you do.
Buy me a pair of shoes, I'll wear them for a week. And
Like, that's Jerry, the neighbor. He just got a thing for shoes. Just let him smell them and he'll leave.
We talked to the family, and they were like, okay, we'll talk to him, but he didn't quit, and they were like, call the police. Hey, quit eating that box. Fucker.
Well, that's all the articles I have for you guys this week. We really hope you enjoy this episode. It's good to be back. We will really try to be more regular. I know we've said that multiple times on this show, but we will try to be more regular, especially since things are dumbing down for the season.
Turning down for what?
And hopefully you can expect, we'll get something in the works. Hopefully you can expect a Christmas deathmatch episode, which would be an absolute blast. That's something we've never done before, and we owe you for not doing a Halloween deathmatch this year as well. So let's go ahead and blow this popsicle stand. Get the fuck out of here. We wish you a lot of love, people. We will see you all next time. Stay safe, and don't forget to check out Straight to Ale in Huntsville, Alabama. Great spread of beers. The Stout of the Devil was just one that I really enjoyed. I do like dark beers, but we did not have a bad beer at Straight to Ale at all.
No,
and it's in a really cool complex. It's an old high school. That's just the brewery there, but there are bars and restaurants throughout the rest of it. Super cool location, super cool building. Go check out Huntsville, Alabama if you ever get a chance. Love the fuck out of you guys. We will see you all next time.
Go follow our shit, everybody. We love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Stay safe out there.
Peace! We all motherfuckers, yeah. I'm guilty of looking at a plane in the sky. Don't forget to smell your neighbor's shoes.
Ow.